Well, hello, ladies. You all look beautiful. You have been enjoying yourself so far? Yes. All right. I'd like to thank Eleanor for allowing me the opportunity to share with you all today. And I'm excited to be here. Can you all hear me?
Yes.
All right. You know, microphones and I sometimes get along, sometimes we don't. Anyway, as mentioned, I am the owner of Time Tour. We manufacture products that help cool you down, calm you down, make you feel healthier and beautiful, okay? I'm a change of life consultant. I'm not a doctor, I'm not a psychiatrist. I am a woman like many of you all who was overwhelmed, stressed out, my hormones were raging, I didn't know if I was coming or going. I would have 2 or 3 days that I was cool, calm, collected, and in control. And the rest of the time, I would go to the mirror and I'd look. I didn't care how I looked. I didn't care about my mother's opinion, what people thought about me. I had a tendency to say what was really on my mind, and I didn't care what people thought. Anybody can relate to me here? You know, some of you might not be old enough, but how many of you all remember the television show Kids Say the Darndest Things? I think they should create a new show called Hormonal Stressed Women Say the Darndest Things. So anyway, what would like to talk to you about today is stress, how it affects us, how we can manage it. You know, we as women are always on the go, 24 hours, 7 days a week. And one of the things that happened to me is, again, I was overwhelmed. I went to my doctor, and I began to explain to her what was happening to me and what was happening in my body. And she was taking notes. She was nodding her head. And I'm thinking, oh, she's got this. She's going to help fix me. And at the end of the visit, her nurse walks in with a handful of prescriptions. I had antidepressant medication, anti-anxiety, sleeping medications, and I'm like, oh no, I already feel bad. And to know the side effects of some of these medications, that was not an option for me. So I began to do some research and really search out alternatives, natural things that would help make me feel better. And I found some things, and it worked. And now I feel a lot better without having to put a lot of toxins in my body. And so again, as women, we are on the go 24 hours, 7 days a week. We're overworked. We've got careers that we are trying to juggle. We have children that we are caring for. Sometimes we have elderly parents that we're caring for, and just so many things that are happening to us. We, again, don't know if we're coming or going. And we're wired as caregivers, nurturers. But it's so important that we learn to stop and breathe and rest, because God did not create our bodies to be in a chronic state of stress. Matter of fact, when I think about how he created our body, it's quite amazing, because he designed our bodies to contain everything that it needed to sustain and to protect itself. And when you think about stress, stress is simply our body's way of analyzing the different threats that are happening to us and gearing up to protect itself. So stress is good in some cases, because sometimes we need that little bit of stress to get us going. We've got different projects and things that we need, so it helps us out. But a constant stress is not good for us. There are 2 types of stress. There is acute stress, and there is chronic stress. Now, acute stress, that's the kind of stress that, let's say you're walking down the street, and all of a sudden a dog comes. Well, Dana was talking about portions of our brain. There's a portion of our brain that acts like the lookout tower. And what it does is it makes an announcement. It will say, "May I have your attention, please? May I have your attention, please? Incoming dog at 3 o'clock. Incoming dog, 3 o'clock. So now it signals another portion of your brain, which sends signals all the way down to your adrenal glands. And your adrenal glands release 2 hormones, one called adrenaline and the other one called cortisol. Now, adrenaline is designed for that fight or flight. So it will all of a sudden knows the dog's coming. It's going to give you that burst of energy. It's going to increase your heart rate. It's going to allow you to start to run, okay, as fast as you can. It's going to cut your digestive system off because you don't need that food, that pizza that you have for lunch. You don't need it digesting at that time. You need all that energy to get into your muscles to keep you going. So now another portion, that cortisol, one of the things it does is it releases a hormone that gets your immune system up and going to protect yourself, to fight off any fight off any infection, just in case you don't run fast enough and the dog catches you, okay? So now, let's say you got away from the dog. You're no longer in that fight or flight situation. Your body begins to calm down, your digestive system starts to work, and your immune system comes back to normal. That's what acute stress is, okay? But what happens with many of us, we are in a constant chronic state of stress. Again, being overworked, projects coming, emails going 24, we're on phones, computers, we got the kids, just so many things that are going on that our body never shuts down. Our immune system stays chronically inflamed. Therefore, what happens is that it doesn't reduce. It begins to attack itself. It begins to attack our body, causing us not to be able to fight off infections. As a result, we end up with things like autoimmune issues. We end up with hyperthyroidism. We end up with frequent colds that you can't get rid of. You have eczema, psoriasis, things like that. So the other thing that cortisol will do to you is it will affect your brain. It will make you forget things. Oh, yeah, it will make you forget things, okay? It will cause you to be depressed. It will mess with your thyroid as well. It would affect your metabolism. It affects your mood. So chronic stress actually, according to the American Psychological Association, chronic stress contributes to 6 of the leading causes of death. That being heart disease, that being lung issues, suicide. People are killing themselves because they're so stressed out and overwhelmed. People are having accidents. You're having issues with, again, lung diseases and things like that. So stress, as they say, it will kill you if you don't learn how to manage it. And some of the things that I've learned and share with people that I've talked to and some of my clients to help with stress, as Dana mentioned too, having an awesome support system, friends and family that you can talk to that can help you manage what you're going through. Because no man is an island, no man stands alone. Another thing that's good is prioritize things, not just a to-do list. And that's what I found out. I had a to-do list here. I had a to-do list for the to-do list, okay? And but making sure that you have a strategic plan to help you to manage how you handle your priorities is important. Meditation is another good thing. Slowing it down. Everybody just take a second. Take a deep breath in. Blow it out through your mouth. Again, deep breath in. Blow it out through your mouth. Feel a little bit better? You know, the thing about meditation, a lot of us say we don't have time to do it because we're so busy. I'm going to ask this question. How many of you go to the bathroom during the course of the day? And sometimes we go to the bathroom and we let the children off the bus. You know what I mean, okay? You got it, okay? So while you're letting your children off the bus, you can take a moment to meditate. Another thing that works, your attitude. Keeping a positive attitude is so important. So many times we walk around with a lot of negativity. That negativity builds a bitter root. And that bitter root causes a lot of challenges. I had a client that was going through a bad marriage for 25 years, and she was so angry, so bitter with her husband, and it carried on to other areas in her life, that she ended up having colon cancer and a heart attack all in the same week, okay? she's doing fine now, but that's what stress will do to you. My attitude is, people ask me how I'm doing, I'll tell you it's the best day of my life. You know why it's the best day of my life? Because I'm here today. It could be a lot worse, and I get a chance to make today a new day and start something over again. So it's always going to be the best day of my life. Another thing that I use as a philosophy, people ask me, let me ask this question. Is this glass half empty or half full?
Half full.
Okay, so we got all kind of answers here. For me, I don't look at it either way. There's water. It is a nourishment to my body. It can quench my thirst. It can sustain my life. That's how I look at it. I keep the positive attitude, and that's what helps. Another thing that works is exercise, getting the proper rest, not staying up all late at night. Also, with the exercise, things like yoga, Pilates, walking, those help. The thing about our bodies is our lymphatic system, it does not have a pump, a natural pump. So it can't pump the toxins out. So by us exercising, that helps to pump the toxins out. So what I want you to remember, ladies, is to observe your body, know your triggers, know what your stresses are, and to manage them. And I want to leave you with one word. And this is a scripture out of Matthew 6:31, and it's out of the Message Bible, but it's so awesome. It says, give your entire attention to what God is doing right now. Don't get worked up about what may or may not be. God will help you deal with whatever hard thing comes up when the time comes. All right?